Peace, love, and bliss, family. Give thanks for life, give thanks for even the energies of the sun. It's the young Caribbean god, Simon Ra, back at you with another video. Don't mind that church behind me there still, So yeah, this video has been pending for some time now. Big up yourself, yeah. Pending for some time now. I'm down here in Vieux-Fort, in town, on the Vieux-Fort Square. Vieux-Fort Square. You notice that a lot of places, like for example, they have the Madison Square, they have Leicester Square in England. A lot of squares going around. Yeah? But this video is not about the square, it's not about the church behind me either. So I'm in the square, and the centerpiece of the square is this. So yes, family, this is gonna be about this. It's gonna be about the obelisk. Not too sure if many of you are familiar with it, or if many of you even knew it was actually in the center of Vieux-Fort Square. So what is an obelisk? You might be asking yourself. Okay? An obelisk basically came from, well, the term obelisk, the Greek word obelisk, came from the Greek word obelikos, which means pointed needle. As we can literally say, it's a literal needle pointed. Well, it's not an actual needle, but even the ancient term for it, Tekhen or Tekhenu, the word tek actually means needle. So why is it a needle? Before I go into why it is a needle, we need to go on where did this actually come from. Okay? Where was the first place you would find an obelisk or a Tekhen? So let me hit right back. So yes, family. So the Tekhen now, the original place for the Tekhen is actually in Egypt or in Kemet, right? So our ancestors were the first individuals to actually erect this don't even want to call it, it's not an image, to erect this monument. Okay? So the first place, according to history, it's said for this monument is in the city of Heliopolis. Okay? Or well, the Greeks call it Heliopolis, but the ancestors call it the city of On. And as I think I mentioned in one of my past videos, we can relate on to light, and when you put the light switch on. Okay? So the thing with Heliopolis, and give the family a video again of it, is that in the creational myth of Heliopolis, I'm sure the family should be familiar again with the creational myth, but it goes on to say that Nu, the primordial waters, okay, that everything came out of Nu. But what first came out of Nu was actually Atum. Alright? And Atum, now being the first deity, spoke the name of his soul bird, being Bennu. And Bennu now went to the top of a primordial mound. Now, within the mythos, the obelisk, the top of the obelisk, is actually that primordial mound that the Bennu bird, okay, went to lay its egg upon. Now, the top of the primordial mound is referred to as the Ben. So, in the first part of the mythos, the Kemetic mythos, we actually see mention of this structure right here, family. Let me see if I can just zoom in for the family. Alright? And even later on in the mythos, because after the Bennu bird laid its egg on top of the Ben, which is the primordial mound, again, an egg can only come out of a vagina, or, so to speak, a female reproductive organ. Let's put it like that, right? And the pyramid is actually an upside down shape of a yoni, the universe. Because remember, we're speaking about the universe here, right? And then later on in the mythos, when we just fast forward and we go down to even when Set was battling, when Set actually came and killed Osiris, or Set, or Isis, remembered him and went to gather his pieces, save for one piece, his phallus. And she went to the god Anpu or Anubis, performed the mummification ritual, But because he didn't have a phallus, she then went ahead and constructed a Tekhenu or Tekhenu in place of his phallus. Now that Tekhenu was to be symbolically his penis. I mean, let's just be real. You know what I mean? And then she transformed herself into a bird and flew on top of the Tekhenu and somehow got impregnated by, you know, the energy or the semen of Osiris. And then went ahead in the bulrushes and she had Heru, or Horus, who had to battle his uncle or the Set or the brother of Osir, which is Set, you know, in the battle of Horus versus Set, which I just did a video about, family. So why is it she constructed this and then went to the top of it to get the semen or the energy? Okay, if you notice, family, this Tekken is actually on a square. I mean, literally on a square and figuratively speaking, because remember, we are standing in Vieux-Fort Square. Okay, I mean, you can see the flag, independence flags right there, you know. So we're actually standing in Vieux-Fort Square, but Obelisk itself is actually on a square. A square, family, is 4 90-degree angles. 90 multiplied by 4 gives us 360. Good afternoon. How are you lot doing? Okay. 90 multiplied by 4 gives us 360. So a square basically is 360-degree angles altogether. Right. To the top of the Tekhenu, I just had a visual just a minute ago, we have 4 triangles. Sorry? You want to be in the video? Okay. Excuse me, family, we got an interested young lady here just wondering what the video is about, and she says she want to be in the video, so we're going to film her. Afternoon? Afternoon. So why are you asking to be in the video now? You're all shy? No, like you just have put the camera on or something. Oh, okay. Okay, well, let me take it off. So you have to fix up one thing? So why you want to be in the video? Like, just put us in the video after. But why? I mean, you're not even asking me what am I doing or what the video is about. What's the video about? There you go. That is a beautiful question. The video is about this image in the center of the square. Do you know what that is? No. Yes. You know what it is? Not the Family, very interesting. She said that it's an Illuminati sign. Okay? But we're going to touch on that quickly. So that's all you know, is just an Illuminati sign? Okay. Let me see if I can break this down. Basically, this image was first seen or first found in Africa. Okay? In a place they call Egypt today. If you know Egypt, that's a place with the pyramids and stuff. Right. The people who actually ruled in Egypt were our ancestors. Okay? Now, that image has a lot of spiritual symbolic reference to it, and we also used it as a timepiece. So when the sun is cast on it, the shadow would actually tell us what hour it is. Now, when the people who call the elites, the Illuminati, who rule the world, came into Egypt and they stole our culture along with our riches and everything, these are one of the symbols they stole. So they went ahead and stole these symbols, and everywhere they got a strong base or a stronghold around the world, they actually planted them there. So being that St.Lucia, although they say it's independent, St.Lucia is still a colony of England, all right? They need to put that there to symbolize that dominion, so to speak, or that rulership. Things, huh? Yeah, so, you know, so I'm basically just giving the family a video, just telling them where it actually came from. We have a channel on YouTube, by the way. It's called Melanated Empire. And yeah, you guys should give it a watch sometime. We have about over 20 videos on there. Melanated Empire? Yeah. Melanated, dealing with... So from time you think of melanin, just think of melanated. And you always gonna have your phone. Probably your phone. So you're cool though? Yeah, so it's very symbolic, and it's very, you know, so we need to claim back what's ours, and not that in the fact that to just think, oh no, it's, you know, some kind of satanic symbol. No, it's actually ours, and know the significance behind it. Right? Okay. Thank you. You're welcome. Give thanks. Bye-bye. Okay. So yes, family. I think I was saying that the obelisk is on a square. literally and figuratively, because we are on the Vieux-Fort square. Right? A square is 4 90-degree angles. 4 90-degree angles together gives you 360 degrees. What else has 360 degrees, family? A circle. Okay? 3D shape of a circle, that's fair right there. So a circle has 360 degrees, though it's not 4 90-degree angles. We can only derive at 4 90-degree angles in a circle if we have to go ahead and construct the diameter, okay, and then draw a what's the word am I looking for? A vertical line, you know, intersecting the diameter at the center. We can derive at 4 90-degree angles. The reason why I'm saying this is that a square is used to enclose energy because it has no place to exit, right? So in that, the base of the Tekhenu is a square. It is generating energy. The elongated part is actually symbolic to that energy now rising to the top. When we get to the top, family, remember I said that we have 4 triangles. These triangles each possess 3 30-degree angles. So 3 30 degrees within a triangle, we have 90 degrees. So 4 triangles, family, gives us another 360 degrees. Are you catching the maths? Are you catching the science, family? So the energy generated from the base now protruding to the top. When it gets to the top, it's still at the same 360, but in a different format. So basically, the square, the circle, and 4 triangles, if you may, is the same thing, just on different dimensions where the rules are different. So, because these triangles now form a point, that energy is now projected into the universe. Science right in front of us. That only, well, like you see, the sister, the young girl actually thought was, you know, the Illuminatis. But we gain back what's ours. Right, family? And the Tekhenu now was also used, as I was telling the sister, as a shadow needle, you know, to tell time. So whatever direction the sun is pointing, when it casts the shadow, I don't even know if we can see it because they got so much shit around this. Let's see where the shadow is being cast. Okay? And we can see again, because the number 4 was very significant in our analysis. We can see the 4 circles right there. The 4 circles representing the sun. We're going to go ahead and take a look around the square again to see if we see anything else. Alright? But if now, family, we are facing east, okay? If now we are facing north, sorry, right? Although we should really be facing west, you know. If you have a look at the needle, right? What hour is this? Oh, just disappeared on me, the cloud. It was right there, family. It was right there. And I'm standing here. Okay? Here it is. Right? So, if we just made a figurative clock, it would roughly be between 3 and 4 o'clock. And right now, it's minutes to 4. Right, family? May not be as accurate because, again, we're not supposed to have all of this stuff under the obelisk. It's just supposed to be, you know, standing on its own. Now, mind you, this obelisk, as I said earlier in the video, it was erected first in Kemet, right? According to the Egyptologists, they found 28 of them. Mind you, only 8 are remaining. And the rest of the 20 were distributed to strongholds of the Illuminati Society. So basically we have Istanbul, we have Paris, we have the States, the USA, and we have London. So all of these places got obelisks. Right now in Rome, in Italy, they got more obelisks than even in Egypt itself. Okay? So this obelisk, as I said earlier again, is also symbolic of the male's phallus, because it was put in place of Osiris or Osiris's penis when it couldn't be found, along with the rest of his species. All right. So, in a sense, because Set got impregnated by it, it is a symbol of resurrection. Because, family, resurrection, I mean, what other words can we get from resurrect? If we just pick some of the letters, we can get the word erect. Because the family should know, every morning, if you as a young man, your body is functioning properly, you will get an erection at every sunrise. Okay? And remember, this is this monument, okay, this sculpture really is also symbolic of the sun. It also signified protection and a specific ray from the sun, from Aten, right? So mind you, in many of the palaces and the temples, you will see a pair of these at the entrance, at the gates to the entrance of those palaces and those temples, because the pharaoh saw it as basically an extended ray from the sun, providing that protection from the spiritual enemies. And as we can see right in the background right there, family, shining ever so brilliantly. So yeah, rise in the background, and we on the square. Just give a short rundown with the Tekhenu. Look at that, family, look at that. Tell me the ancestors didn't know what they were about? Come on, man. And this is all about the sun here. Are we going to see anything else in the square? Sorry, I'm coming here. Are we going to see anything else in the square that might give us some indication that this is actually about the sun? Here we have a ball on top of a monument. Ball, obelisk. Oh, get out of my way. Ball, obelisk. Sun, obelisk, family, Tekhenu. But the sun now is on top of this monument. What? In memory of the fallen World War 1914-1918 and World War II 1939 to 1945. Alright. So the sun every morning deals with resurrection. The Tekhenu is symbolic also of resurrection. Right? Do they really want energetically for the energy of these fallen individuals? Okay, I mean, what's buried under this square, family? What high science is going on here? But that's for a later video. I don't even know if I want to really get into this, man. I don't even know if I'm walking on how much dead bodies here, and they basically erected this to project the energies of these individuals into the universe. Because if we still want to be based on this religion, and you know, when you pass, it's just basically you pass and there is no life after death, death after life, however you want to put it, think again. And the ancestors knew this science. As you can see, the 4 balls right there, family. Beautiful. So yeah, this was basically just a short video for the family. And we're gonna exit the square right now. Yeah, deeper science again. I think that's a Anglican church right there, right opposite the square. Alright, family, so hope the family enjoyed this video. If it was educational, we still got to interact with some of the local folk, you know, giving thanks. See the bedroom right there. And having said that, family, peace, love, and peace.